Today, I'm bringing the abandoned G-Wagon that I found after it was sitting in Calgary for 5 years to my Mercedes specialist, Torrin, the guy who fixed my 190 after it broke in Montana. And we're gonna find out if it's worth buying this rusty piece of junk diesel G-Wagon. Ben, who owns Joyride Automotive, wants $15,000. Is it worth that? Let's find out. Today, I'm gonna do something very exciting. This is something I wanted to do for almost an entire year. I'm gonna get the green G-Wagon that was neglected for over 5 years sitting in front of the gas station in Calgary, inspected by my Mercedes specialist, Torrin. You guys know me, fixed my car after it broke in Montana. And today, we're gonna see what's wrong with the green G-Wagon and if I can buy it. Now, Ben wants $15,000 Canadian. But after this inspection, I'm gonna try and get the price down a lot more because I think that's just a lot for a car that we already know is not running right and has rust holes in it. We'll see. Look at that bad boy. 1994 G350 turbo diesel with the chrome bash bar, metallic green, and the AMG wheels. Let's go put the dealer plate on and then take it to Torrin's shop, if it makes it there. Here it is. I'm gonna give you a quick walk around before we head off to Torrin's. As you can see, there is some bubbly rust. This has been painted black. Right here, we've got one of the worst holes. That is quite concerning. It's gonna need a new windshield. This is all cracked and chipped. Side's not that bad. I mean, key marks. I mean, yeah, you can see down there. And then right here's the other part that's really concerning. But again, if it's just the rust on the body and nothing on the frame is rotten, then that's not that bad. Missing some badges, crusty there. Yeah, that's broken. I'll probably just remove this because it's dented and everything. As you can see, there's quite a bit. But the underneath doesn't look as bad. But we're gonna really find out when we put it up on the lift at Torrin's shop. Anyways, in the meantime, let's go and head over to the shop. Now, on a diesel, when you start it, something I just learned, you see this little thing right here? You need to let that warm up. There we go, and once that light goes off, then you can start the vehicle. There we go, now we can start it. Just like that. Started up better than the 190. Wow. Also, one thing I really like about this car is everything in it is 190. Like 190 wheel, 190 cluster, this is 190. These are 190 switches, 190. It's really the same as a 190, but on a G-Wagon body, because this is a 94 and my 190 is a 92. So it's actually like really similar. Speed, this thing most certainly does not have it. We're going about 45 kilometers an hour. I could push it more, but it's cold. I don't want to do that. This is even slower than my 190, and that thing is slow. Update, another thing I find quite concerning, when I put my foot on the brake, it pulsates. Like, I don't think you can see, but it's like bouncing back at me, like vibrating. So I don't know what that could be. Brake pressure, brake lines. If you know in the comments, please let me know. I'm also gonna ask Torrin what he thinks. My goodness, I'm coming down to a stop. Can you see my foot is like pulsating? I don't know what's up with the brakes, but this is a little scary. Oh boy. Oh no, look at this street. I really hope I don't have brake failure. Can you see that down there? My foot, as I push on the brakes, is bouncing back. Kind of like it's on a trampoline is what the brake pedal feels like. We are maxed out on the highway. We're doing about 80 kilometers an hour. The coolant light is on. This feels like it's top speed. I'm pushing, it's actually losing speed as we're going up the hill, and my foot feels almost pinned to the floor. This needs a lot of work. Well, we have arrived at Torrin's shop, and it didn't die on me. Very, very slow drive. But it made it. It's here. Finally. Months in the waiting.
Caught me in the middle of eating.
What do you think of it? Just a quick look at it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too rusty. 55 wheels, cool.
Yeah. There's one of the holes.
Nice.
And then the other hole's
Typical.
gas cap. Yeah.
As long as it's not horrible underneath, then it might be worth saving.
I sure hope so. Yeah, this, I couldn't figure out how to open it. Yeah, it's also falling apart. The key's like disintegrating.
Oh, cool. nice.
Yeah. So I don't know
that. That's a cool feature.
how to open that.
There's ways.
This ways.
Yeah.
Also, these have gone missing. I want to make this baby blue to match the 190 with white wheels.
Probably gonna be a rust hole under that.
A little bit there.
Oh, that's pretty crunchy. Hey. Hopefully it's not too expensive to fix.
Well, you're the man that's going to give me the estimate, and then I'm going to go to Ben and be like, Ben, this is everything that I need to fix on it. Lower the price. Because he wants 15,000 for it right now, Canadian.
I got a better deal on a 2010.
Yeah,
This is cool though.
it is.
Diesel.
The interior is not bad.
It's got the manual transfer case.
Yeah.
Were you in low range this whole time?
Was I?
Potentially, yeah.
Is that why it was so slow?
Yep. Like the lap timer.
Why does it even have that? You don't need that.
Not in this. That's funny.
But right off the bat, what would you say this thing's worth? 15?
It's pretty rotted. Holy.
This is all rotten.
Yeah. So
I can feel that.
this is like, to clean this up, it's cheaper to buy a door. This is like, they build them in panels, so like that's a seam. So this is a panel that they kind of weld together. It's not so great.
Yeah. But like when you open this,
Wonder what caused that.
oh,
Yeah, that's gonna have to all get it cut out and replaced.
can't just slap Bondo on it and wrap it.
You could if you wanted to, but it's not gonna solve the problem.
This is a 603 motor.
Yeah, 603 turbo.
I didn't feel any turbo as I was driving it.
Yeah, there could be a reason.
It looks better than I expected underneath.
Oh, that's cool. It's got the heater in it.
What does that mean?
So it's got the, is this one a coolant heater? Oh, it is. So you can flick the switch. This will actually heat your motor up based, from diesel fuel. So you don't have to run it to warm up the car.
Oh, perfect. I need that here in Canada. It looks better than the 190 underneath here.
Yeah, that car's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as that car makes it to California next week, that's it. The story is Ben got this G-Wagon for free in exchange to do work for the customer. So I don't know what he did for the customer, but he did the work and then he got given this. He did the head gasket, put a lift kit on it, put new tires and wheels, he says, and hasn't driven it for the last 5 years. Basically just been a display piece.
Yeah, so they like to bend rods. So the oil gallery fills #1 cylinder, hydrolocks it, and then it bends the rod. So then you have low compression on your cylinder.
And you think that's what's happened to this car?
Potentially, yeah.
We're gonna find out, right?
Yep.
So I'm back. Torrin has had about 2 hours almost to look over the G-Wagon. He's test driven it. Sounds like a tractor. And now we're gonna get the updates on what do you think of this G-Wagon.
So one concern is that it was all blow by through the piston rings.
That's not good.
No. So most likely the bottom end's worn out of it.
I then asked Torrin how much money he thought I needed to dump into this thing to take care of it. He said there are a ton of maintenance items that need to be done and the underneath is covered in rust.
But this whole corner,
Is this rotten out?
yeah, so if you look at it from the bottom side,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
Torrin said that there was a problem with the fuel lines in the rear, which was maybe causing the problem with the rust.
Overall, what would you pay for this?
I'd go up to like 10, and I would daily this and just not put any more money into it. But
You just drive it as is?
yeah, and fix the brakes.
Torrin also said that the brakes felt absolutely terrible and he thinks that they're warped.
Would you tow with it?
Not at all.
Never.
No.
That's the reason I really wanted it, was to tow the 190, make it match.
Yeah, well, this hitch is only rated for 5,000 pounds too. So when you add in the trailer and then the 190 on top, you're far
About-
in excess of
yeah.
what this thing's rated for towing.
With all this being said, Torrent estimates it's at least $10,000 to $15,000 worth of work to fix this G-Wagon and get it up to running condition. Now, if I was to build this G-Wagon, my goal would be to be in it for 25,000 Canadian total. And buying the vehicle at 15 with it needing $15,000 worth of work, minimum, we're at 30 already. So I need it to be a lot cheaper than 15,000. Let's call Ben and see if he's willing to negotiate.
Let's call Ben and see if he's willing to negotiate on the G-Wagon. I also need to tell him what's up with it. Will he answer? What's up, Ben?
Not a whole lot, bro. What about you?
I'm doing pretty well. I just wanted to call you about the G-Wagon.
Yeah, you bet.
So, I took it, obviously, to get inspected, and Torrin looked underneath it, popped the engine, quite a bit of blow-by. He estimates about 10 to 15,000 minimum worth of work. He also doesn't think I can tow with the vehicle because the hitch is weighted for 5,000 pounds.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Little double Mercedes, one driving, one being towed.
Yeah, that's what I wanted it for, right? Make it blue and tow it. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't pay over 10 for this, but I was calling you to see what you're negotiating at.
Probably not going to lose money on it, so I'm just going to keep it.
Okay, so no negotiation room at all?
No. Same thing for you, bro. Like, you don't mind if you have it or not, and I don't mind to sell it or not, so.
Okay, all right, well,
yeah.
that's okay with me.
Like, I'm always gonna have it, bro. So if anything changes, you know, I'm just open to conversation. But
All right,
like when I brought it out of storage and then I parked it up, I was like, damn, why am I like considering selling it?
well,
So,
keep
like,
it.
I'm just gonna
Let me know if you ever want to give it to me for free.
Okay, sounds good. We'll figure something out.
All right, have a good day. Bye.
Sounds good. You too.
Well, there you go. Ben does not want to negotiate. He doesn't care if he sells it. I don't really care if I buy it. Maybe one day he'll decide to just give it to me for free, because that's all I want to spend on it. It's time to maybe just focus on the 190 and finish building that car. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or I save my money and I buy something like really cool, really special that's a lot more expensive. Anyways, let me know what you think I should do in the comments. Yeah, it is what it is. It was a fun adventure, at least. Never, ever quit. And always go knock on a door. You never know when it might open. Well, it seems like this G-Wagon is kind of cooked.